Back-to-back games, Browns defense has struggled against the Broncos and the Rams. Sam Monson, Steve Palazzolo from Pro Football Focus on what they've seen.
Are the Browns defense becoming a victim of their own success to a certain degree? They have been so good and so aggressive and so kind of positive EPA on defense, like they cause so many negative plays. Are they actually reaching the point now where their aggression is getting taken advantage of with these like end arounds and jet sweeps, and anything with misdirection seems to now be causing them an unusual degree of trauma because they're so aggressive at whatever the first thing they see is?
I'd have to look at it. I might be a victim of my own thing I hate, which is the highlight reel test. But it does feel like the Browns have given up a lot of explosives this year. But the EPA per play has been so good,
right,
because they're creating so many negatives. It does feel a little volatile.
You know, Jared, that's fair. I think the other thing is Denzel Ward hasn't played, and I think that has led to a couple of the explosives that we've seen. You know, everybody wants to say he's not this, he's not that. Those plays seem to go away when he's playing.
They do, and they go away both in the pass and the run game. Denzel Ward, while I don't love it because of his concussion and head injury history, he sticks his nose in there. He's smart about it. He just doesn't engage the wide receiver when they're blocking. He tries to get around them. He slides around them. He uses his speed, right? And so, but I do think it's a good point, right? The reality is fans were lauding Jim Schwartz early in the season because prior to that, zone, soft defense, it wasn't working. So we want man and we want aggressive. But listen, man and aggressive has ways to be beaten. And so I think there's a reason Jim Schwartz wasn't a defensive coordinator. Some of those were his health. But he's just not adapting his scheme to what other teams are throwing at him. It's pretty predictable at this point in time on what you're going to see. And so we love what we've seen out of like JOK, for example. We also know that JOK, the minute the ball is snapped, the initial movement is where he's going. And he's so fast that he has 3 steps to the right and the ball is already going left, but he is so fast, he's already over there, right? And so I'm just using him as an example. It's what they are taught. Jim Schwartz wants them playing with their hair on fire, all of those kind of cutesy words that we use. But that stuff, that aggressive style, that downhill style can be taken advantage of. And if he's not making some adjustments or, you know, teaching his players a little bit differently, you're just going to continue to see it from offenses that are willing to do things differently. So you saw Russell Wilson on some RPOs where he's pulling the ball against the Rams. You saw a lot of that misdirection stuff. I think you're going to continue to see that with Miles being hurt and not playing to the top of his potential, with Ward being out, with Rodney McLeod not back there kind of directing traffic a little bit and calling things out. I think you're just going to continue to see that unless Jim Schwartz changes some things up.